Hello and welcome to Photoshop is Fun with Kenneth Lobenberg, myself. Today we're going to go over photo restoration or using your clone and heal tool. Let's get started. Okay, so you can see here we have the before and after the photo I just restored. Okay, let's go ahead and see what we did here for this. So first of all, let's look at the one I've already scanned and restored. I'm going to go ahead and hit Option Control I and bring up my image size. Now, as you can see here, this is 22 by roughly 33 by 300 dpi. That may seem excessively large for a smaller photo, but it's best to go ahead and scan this at high res as possible to go ahead and give you more information for that photo restoration. So let's go ahead and look at what I've done here. Now, this is what we call a non-destructive photo restoration. So if you look over here, I've got something that says Edit Layers. Now, if I turn these off, you're going to see basically this photo here. So let's go ahead and turn off the original. You can see the areas I actually edited. So these are the areas I edited of that photo. So if you remove these layers, you'd see the photo we have here on the left. So let's go ahead and minimize this and see how I did that. Okay, so we have the original photo here. The first thing we want to go ahead and do is crop this photo. So let's get the crop tool out. You can also hit C. Now I like to use the straighten tool here. And you can see I didn't quite scan this at a perfectly straight, and it's not actually a perfectly square photo, so that's okay. So let's go ahead and click here and drag up against this line right there. And that's going to get us really close to straight. So I'm going to crop out that white on the sides. All right, got that cropped out. Sides, let's go top and bottom. And right there. Okay, so now we have this cropped. Or it's cropping. Alright, the first thing I want to do is that hair is really black and very uniform, which is really good for us. You know, what you'd want to do is go over here to your lasso tool and start selecting that area. Now, I've already done this. I've got the selection here. I don't want to make this video too long, so I'm going to go ahead and command click that. Again, on a PC, that will be a different command. Go back up here, and I'm going to hit Command J just to go ahead and move that up to its own layer. So now we have our hair cut out. So I'm going to come over to Select, Color Range. Now mine does say Command H, yours probably does not. If you're curious how I set that key command, please look at our last video. I went over how to set key commands in our Replacing Skies video. Alright, so I'm going to come in here and I'm going to select these areas that are kind of whitish, kind of the crease colors, I guess you could say. And I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. And I'm going to go ahead and zoom out, select, and just to make sure I get some of those side areas, like the areas next to the creases, I'm going to go and expand this by 8 pixels, which may seem like a lot, but please remember this is a huge image due to the way we scanned it. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and hit Function Shift F5. That will be different on a PC. And I'm going to jump ahead here in the video just a little bit because this is going to take a while to render. Even on my powerful Mac, this will take a while to render. So I will see you in just a minute. Okay, sorry about the render time on that. That did take a while. So let's go ahead and hit Command D, and that's going to go ahead and get rid of that. So you can see we really got rid of a lot of that very quickly, which was really nice. So that's one of the ways we can go ahead and do photo restoration, but that won't work everywhere. It really works better for large areas. Alright, so let's go look at the two main tools we have. So I'm going to go over here to the Clone Stamp tool. I'm going to make sure this says Sample All Layers. That'll allow us to use this layer 4 we have here to go ahead and do the restoration on it, so it won't actually damage our original layer. So the way the Clone Stamp tool works is that you hit Alt or Option on the Mac, and when you hold it down, you get this little plus, and it'll let you select from where you want. Now, before we had the Content Aware Heal tool, this is the way we did everything, and it was just really time consuming. Sometimes we still do it, but you get stuff like this, which doesn't quite match, and you have to start over again, maybe select from there. It can just take a long time. Now, I'm not to say that isn't the way to do it sometimes. Sometimes that really works. But we now also have the Spot Heal Brush tool, or the Content Aware tool. Now, right up here, you see it says Content Aware. Make sure it's set to that and sample all layers. And this tool is basically the closest thing you're going to get in Photoshop to magic. Boom. And it just disappears. So I'm just going to continue to do that. And just come in these areas. Just really small like that. And do this. So you can see here, if I turn this off, you can see where we're already doing it. And I am just basically going to continue to do that now. So I know you probably don't want to watch me do this for the rest of like 3 hours. So I'm just going to go ahead and show you what it looks like when it's finished. So let's bring up that finished one again. So I've already finished this one, and you can see this is what the finished product looks like. We've got a lot of areas that have been edited. We got rid of all those really nasty spots. We got rid of all the masking in the hair, things in the background. And it's just basically continuing to do this over and over again. Now, the reason I had you scan it at such high res is that you can really get in here to the nitty gritty like this and really bring this brush size down and only get the areas you need, which is going to give you a much, much cleaner content aware heal. Because you're really just like targeting those little areas, which you can't do if you don't get a nice high-res scan. So that's basically it about photo restoration. Just like Dory says in Finding Nemo, just keep swimming or just keep doing it, and you will go ahead and get rid of all those nasty spots in your photos. So if you have any questions, go ahead and comment below, or if you liked this, go ahead and like and share the video. If you think anybody could actually use this technique, please share it with them. I try to answer all questions if I can. So, please pose any question, even if it's not related to this video. Thank you so much, and thank you for watching. Bye-bye.